Hi, welcome to Sonic Sunday School. This week we're going to talk about adjusting your instrument, setups, basic stuff like that. I know quite a few players that have no idea how to adjust action, truss rod, anything like that. And while it may seem intimidating to somebody who's never done it before, it's pretty simple. Now I'm not going to go in depth because there are tons of videos on YouTube you can pore over. I just want to suggest that this be something that you learn how to do. If you have high action, first you check to see if your neck's straight, or if it's got just a little bit of relief, that's fine. And then, depending on the type of bridge, like this being just a Fender tremolo bridge, you've got 2 Allen screws on each saddle that you use an Allen key to turn, and that'll raise it or lower it. As most of us know, the most popular place to put a truss rod adjustment is here at the headstock. Some have them here. Some older Strats, you have to actually take the neck off. How to do basic things like, if your tuners start to feel loose, there's a screw at the end here that you can tighten. Just basic things like that. A lot of people have no idea how to do that, or they know how it's done, but they're kind of afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to, lower and raise your pickups to see if there's a difference in tone. I generally lower the center pickup because when I'm playing, a lot of times my pick will be in that area, and if the pickup's too high, I'll hit it a lot. I might come up with hitting it a lot while I'm playing, and it is a little annoying. I don't know if it hampers the playing so much, but it's pretty annoying. So on most guitars that have a center pickup, single coil, I will lower that down, and I don't feel that it hurts the sound a whole lot. I don't use that position a whole lot, but I would rather have the playability than, super tone from the middle pickup. Those are kinds of things that you have to figure out. What you like, what your preferences are, and once you've figured that out, how a guitar, once it's set up the way you like it, then you can do that on other guitars. All your other guitars. If you're adjusting a truss rod, don't just start cranking on it. Do a quarter turn at a time, or even an eighth of a turn at a time. Do a little bit of a turn, set the guitar down, go do something else for a couple of minutes, come back 5 minutes later and see if it's moved any. A lot of times you can tell because the pitch will be different, just slightly. No different than bending the neck a little bit. You're basically tightening or loosening the tension on the strings. So, yeah, I've been doing setups on my guitars for many years. There for a long time, there really wasn't a local shop. There was at least, not like an hour away that I could take an instrument and have it set up. So I kind of learned how to do it, and some of it was trial and error on, some earlier guitars that I had. And now I pretty much know what I'm doing and can handle most things. The only thing I don't do is a refret. That's pretty much it. And that's pretty much because I don't have the tools. I understand how it's done, and I've watched it be done. I just don't have the tools. It's a lot of files and a lot of, things like that I don't feel like purchasing for something I'm not going to do very often. So if I need a refret, I'll just take the guitar somewhere, or I'll just put a new neck on it. That is what the whole bolt-on idea was when Leo Fender came up with it. Not only did it make it easier for manufacture, but break the neck, ruin the neck, wear the neck out, put a new neck on it. Alright, well that's this week's video. Watch some tutorials. There's tons of them out there. People doing setups. There are different ways to do things, like measuring this and that. One thing I did buy, and I will suggest that you get something like this. They can be found on Amazon. Things like this. This is an action guide. Stuart McDonald sells them. You can buy them on Amazon. This is a Fret Guru. I bought this one because not only it's not just printed on there, it's actually imprinted in the metal. So it's not just something that will wipe off. There are a couple, I guess, that are they're almost silk screened on the metal, and after a short time of just handling them, they start to fade. So I ended up spending just a little bit more and got this one because I knew it was basically machined. And I believe the Stuart McDonald one is as well. So this is a good tool to have because a lot of times you'll have, let's see, I'm sure I have a ruler in here somewhere. I know I do, I just don't know where it's at. One moment. Okay, I've got a ruler, and to show you what I'm talking about, why a ruler won't work, is look how much distance there is before the zero. Well, that's unusable. I mean, sure, you could take, I suppose, and file that down, especially if it was something like a wooden ruler. But I kind of like having, a set. Spend the money and just buy it. If you're going to have several guitars, and you're going to set your guitar up more than once, if the temperature changes, I live in Ohio, so we have seasonal changes, and you pretty much set your guitar up twice a year. Just from seasonal temperatures and humidity and things like that. But this has got, in millimeters, it's got in, it's got pretty much every measurement on it. Plus on the back here, it's got, fractions, decimal, the metric conversions. Yeah, it's got pretty much everything you'd need. And I like it a lot. It took me a while I kept thinking, do I need it, do I need it, do I need it? And I had a wooden ruler that was, the right measurement from the end. But that got misplaced, or I took it somewhere and set up somebody's guitar, left it, I don't know. And it's easy for somebody, if you set up a friend's guitar, for them to go, oh, a ruler? Throw it in a drawer. Where, if one of my friends saw that, they would go, oh, this is Mike's measurement tool. Let's get that back to him. But, yeah. So, it's good to have tools, having an Allen wrench set, screwdrivers, good screwdrivers, ones that won't round off the first time you go and try and tighten something down. That's the worst. So that's it for this week. And like I said, go watch some videos, tutorials. If there's something you need to learn how to do, there's somebody showing it online on YouTube. So go find out. Take that chance. Jump right in. Like I said, unless it's something like a refret where you need a bunch of specialty tools, or it's something that you just are really nervous about, take it to a tech and ask them. Say, hey, can I watch you do this? Sometimes they're not going to work on it right then and there, so you can't do that. But some guys, they will. So it never hurts to ask. And like I said, if they won't, there's somebody on YouTube that's showing you. Alright? Well, take care. Until next time, keep playing. Have fun.